Um, and so you've been really into Washburn. Do you see applications of everything that you've just talked about in your experience?
Um, Not, it's funny, as I got like more into it, um, not as much. And I think it's the same thing as Wilbur, is this sense of integration. Like, to me, it almost thinks of like it, even though they say like hardly anybody gets there, it's this thing to be obtained. And that's where I kind of feel like we can never fully obtain it, which is my own personal thing. And that there's a verse, I can't remember where it's from. It's in the New Testament. Paul's writing, and he's like, not that I've obtained it, but I'm like ever reaching towards it. And I kind of feel like that's how like development is that we're never gonna fully obtain, but it's something that we can develop to. And so like, okay, so here's this one thing. It talks about like when you reach integration, heart and head are united. Integrated people then are people of conscience. They're people who cannot think about or be witness to something without knowing at once how they feel about the matter. They are in full touch with their own humanity, and therefore they feel for humanity as a whole. To witness to another's experience is for integrated people to share in that experience. And I feel like I know people that can do that, but I don't know if they're fully integrated in the way that Washburn or maybe even Wilbur would say is fully integrated. Because I think that too gets into like how we express our feelings with, could be matters of differences in personalities. And so the more I read into Washburn, it sounded great. I still like the idea that we regress to transcend, but and so kind of growth can stunt us or spur us. But I feel like I'm taking that statement in a different, I'm understanding that in a different way than he does. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Um,
Um, One thing that you said about the psychotic break part, I was one of the only things that I've read for class tomorrow and Saturday is, aside from like the books, is a document on Carl Jung. And he was talking, because I'm curious about this idea of the archetypes. That's something that I look forward to learning more about. But they also thought that Jung might have been a little psychotic because he had that belief in the collective unconscious and all these things that you can't see, that we can't see. And so they were like, maybe this guy's just crazy and he's thinking about all these archetypes and all this stuff that are so intangible. And so I think there's a similarity there, that if we want to, there might be potential to sort of integrate those two together and say something. I don't know what exactly yet, but that just was a connection